I try to like just spoil my team, like a nice dinner, where like just more like more folk at a chow or something like that. Just something bigger so everyone in my circle can see what the possibilities are. And I feel like loyalty is big for me. So if you rock with me since day one, like I'm taking you up with.
Welcome to the We Got Problems podcast with co-hosts Curtis G. Martin, Rhonda L Brown, and Caliph Johnson Sr. The one and only podcast where solutions get discussed to our community's everyday troubles. Each week, you will hear mind-blowing conversations and actionable tips and strategies that you can implement in your daily life to become more effective. We got problems and we got solutions.
All right, you guys, welcome to the show. This is We Got Problems podcast. I'm Curtis G. Martin, and I'm here with my co-host, Rhonda L Brown.
Hey, everybody.
I'm here with my second co-host, Caliph Johnson Sr.
Peace, y'all. How y'all doing?
And we got a special guest on the show today, the Ecom bully, the Bulldog. What's up, my brother?
What's up? What's up, Curtis? What's up, Rhonda? What's up, the trash vegan? Sorry, I didn't get your first name.
So Ecom Bulldog, why don't you go ahead and tell the people a little bit about yourself and what it is you do?
Cool. Thanks, Curtis. First of all, thanks for having me on. I'll give you a little snippet of my story real quick. I joined the Marines at 17. I wanted to become a police officer. I was going that route, and then someone had told me, "Hey, man, you get money. You get money for going to school." So I was like, "All right, cool. Let me check out them options." I joined a program called the Warrior Scholar Program, and they kind of elevated your mindset a little bit more education-wise. So I applied for USC, University of Southern California. I got in there, and then I was on the path to become an attorney. And my senior year at USC, I made six figures on e-commerce, and that kind of sparked a little like, hey, man, I made more money as a senior in college than I did a first-year law attorney. Let me dabble with that. And I told my wife, hey, babe, if this entrepreneur stuff don't work, I'll go back to law school. And then I just started investing in myself, attending these, these seminars, conferences. And I just got, a big Rolodex of people that I can connect with so I can grow. So then that kind of started the whole, the whole wave of like, hey, always invest in yourself and master one skill so that can pay you for your other investments. That's kind of like a little snippet of my story. I mean,
All right, so how did you get into selling on Amazon?
Okay, cool. So what led me to sell on Amazon, right? Like, people have T-Mobile and they have T-Mobile because they don't like Verizon, right? So I did Shopify, and Shopify, they didn't really hold me accountable. And I was having orders. They were coming from China. They would get there 3 weeks later. I'm like, man, dude, I can't win at this. But maybe I just didn't understand business back then. So what led me to Amazon was like, let me take a course. Let me join a little small mentorship. And the whole philosophy was like, list high, buy low. And that's how we started like, dabbling in that. But we don't buy the products until they buy it from us. So that's what I like. And then I didn't have to buy products from China. I didn't have to go to the post office and mail them. It was strictly FBM, fulfilled by merchant, where we list a product for like $100. We're getting it from Walmart for like 60. Amazon takes 15%, and then we keep the profit. But what I'm mainly, teaching and educating is that you can use Amazon as a tool to get a bigger bag from the bank. And I know you're big on credit, so that's the whole thing. Leverage, you can manufacture spend this way. You can actually have a business and just have banks open up and just give you more lines of credit.
How long is the process to get started on selling on Amazon?
Awesome. Good question. So a lot of people don't start selling on Amazon because they just don't know how. How do I start? Like, it's literally like signing up for any platform. It's that easy. All you need is an ID, front and back, a bank statement, and a name of your store. That's the method that we teach. That's all you need. So literally 15 minutes.
Okay. So how much money or product do you recommend a person have before they start?
Awesome. So honestly, like you got to think of it like percentage wise. Okay, if you're looking to profit 20-30% on average, I would say if you want to get started, just start with 1,000. Start with 1,000. From those 1,000, at least make $200 profit, and then that at least the more reps you get in, the better you get at it. Because you're gonna fumble, but I feel like if you fumble as a learning curve, like you're always gonna win. Hey, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I messed up. I didn't know how to properly cancel an order. I didn't know how to properly refund an order. I didn't make the customer happy. It's gonna make you better. But yeah, as little as 1,000. But obviously, the more money you have, the more risk you can take and more reward. So that's why credit is big in this game. When I started, I knew nothing about credit, so I did it with my own capital. But I was willing to take a risk. So I take all the L's that you can possibly think of in Amazon. There's not one incident you can tell me that I haven't gone through.
So do you use private labels, or how do you find suppliers?
Okay, cool. So my suppliers are literally everyday suppliers. Home Depot, Walmart, Harbor Freight, Costco, Sam's. Yeah, so we tap into their system where we do our product research, right? What's a hot item that's going right now? K-Cups. Sam's is selling it for $17, $20? Yeah, $28. But on Amazon, we're selling it for like 60, 70. Right? And then also give you guys a gem. I can charge $10 more for expedited shipping, even though damn well Sam's delivers like in 2 days. So the customer on Amazon thinking they're gonna get it expedited, which is that's our supplier, and that's how we're able to like double tap on the income.
How do you become a Prime seller?
Oh, okay, cool. So I don't sell to Prime people. So all our products are for people that don't have Prime. So we sell. Did you know that there's 4 of us in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
1 in 3 people have Prime. So out of us 4, at least 1 person does not have Prime, and that's just the market that we tackle those people.
Mm-hmm.
Prime is always cheaper, so when you're not Prime, you pay more.
Okay. How would you create your brand?
Okay, cool. My brand on Amazon or my personal brand?
Your branding, just to make you different from everyone else.
Yeah. So I'm a bigger dude, right? Obviously, e-commerce, Bulldog, because I was in the Marines, and that's their mascot. So I knew that I had to get in there. A lot of people do the lifestyle marketing, which is great, but I had to come from a different angle. So I like making people laugh.
Mm-hmm.
So I use that as my branding tool where I can laugh with them, right? Or they laugh, and then that's how they get in my ecosystem. Mm-hmm. Hey, that was funny, bro. I like that meme about this and this and that. I like that video about you and Kanye, like things like that. So that's when it comes to my branding, that's what I use. Ultimately, I want to get it to the point where you Google Bulldog and I pop up rather than the actual Bulldog. You know what I mean? That's real branding right there. So that's what I want.
So when you're listing your products, is it hard to set up listing and set up the products on Amazon?
The easiest part, listing a product. All my students, they list it within 3 or 4 times, and they already kind of master it. Because it's literally, you list the product by ASIN, which stands for Amazon Standard Identification Number, right? It's like a 8 to 9 digit code. And then you list it on there. Product comes up, you list it. We always list new, right? Because we're getting it from suppliers to sell it new. And then you put the price, you put how many days you want to handle, 3-day handling. And then that's it. You put selling it, and that's pretty much it. It's like 4 or 5 things that we put in there, and the item is listed on your store. It takes about 15 minutes for it to list, and then you're ready to sell. So, like I mentioned, you only buy it when they buy it from you. Okay, so it's like today there's 5 orders today, right? Just give me, hold on. So there's 5 orders today. We won't fulfill those orders until the end of the day. Mm-hmm. So we don't have to buy those. So those are already bought. They bought them on Amazon. Money's already in there, right? We get paid out through Amazon every 2 weeks. See
So
what I mean?
how do you deal with if the product is no longer there on one of your suppliers, or if they discontinue that
Good
product?
question. Like out of stock?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so one item that we like keep on selling is like replenishables, like Tide, K-Cups. Like they're really not going out of stock because there's so much. But
Okay.
a thought process people don't realize, like, all right, let's say Curtis, you're staying in where in the city you stay in, right? If you buy from me on my store, right, that Walmart or Home Depot near you is going to ship it to you. It's not going to be the one by my house.
Yeah.
So if they're out of stock, you know what I mean? Usually we wait a day before we email the customer and say it's out of stock because they're going to restock. But now it's an item, let's say it's a popular item, like a Christmas tree that everyone's trying to get, and for some reason that Christmas tree is not there no more. I would just respond to the customer and say, I would never tell them it's out of stock because then they're going to be like, well, how was I able to get one if it's out of stock? So I would reply by telling them, I'm sorry, due to there was a damage during shipment, and for ethical reasons, we can't send it to you. That way it doesn't seem like, hey, you know what, it was my fumble or whatever. But yeah, so as long as you email the customer, respond to them, they're not going to get mad. Because, even though there's Karens out there, customers just, as long as you connect with them and let them know what's going on, even if I respond to them, hey, you know what, there was a minor weather conditions, it'll be there a day late. I do apologize. And, here's a 10% off next time you shop with us.
There we go.
Something like that. That's all. It's just fixing the customer.
Okay. Do you have an accountability partner, mentor, coach?
Yeah. So, what we didn't have, like me and Buy Box King on my right hand, we pretty much we didn't understand sales, so we would bring people in our ecosystem, but we didn't know how. We were just being ourselves. Hey, look, we have this Amazon Play. Do you want to learn how to do it? But, we left a lot of money on the table because at the end of the day, if you can't make it real for people, they're not going to buy. You have to make it real. Can I really make 6 figures off this business model? Can I really raise my credit while I'm doing this? Like, that's the whole reality. If you change their limited beliefs, they're going to buy from you, like Myron Golden says, twice on Sunday. Right? Every day, twice on Sunday. Because if you don't make it real, they're just going to be like, no, I'm good next time. That's because you didn't change your limited beliefs. So I tapped into Mike Barron, Inner Circle, because he mastered sales. He mastered the whole system. And I'll give you guys a gem. It's kind of like the appointment setter takes it to the closer, and the closer closes the deal. They never talk to Curtis. They never talk to Rhonda, because that's the higher they pay, the higher access they have to you. So there has to be a wall. You guys, we can't be too accessible. Someone DMs us, I always give them Brandon's number. I get a lot of DMs. Okay, can you reach out to Brandon and he'll plug you in wherever you need plugged, like wherever you need to be. You want to buy the course, you want to buy this or that. You know what I mean? And we're accessible too much, and it waters down our brand. Like you guys are play at a high level, so why should I just be DMing you? Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, what's up? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Right.
So, do you monitor what others in the industry are doing? Being that the internet is really big and it's a lot of people selling it on Amazon and all these other sites, do you monitor what others are doing and what's working and what's the latest trends in the industry?
Yeah, so I feel like if I'm obviously selling on Amazon, I have to be updated with all the Amazon policies. They're changing, they change, every other month or something like that. So I got to be up to date with that. What other competitors are doing, like they do the same thing as me. I mean, I don't really focus on them. I feel like we're the best in what we do because we're all, over deliver and over promise. And when they're buying from us, at the end of the academy, I want them to be like, dude, I would pay 3 or 4 times that amount off the rip, because we're just teaching them Amazon is a skill, but we're trying to get the bigger bag from, like I said, from the banks and stuff, and using Amazon as a resource for them. You know, you screenshot your sales, show it to the banks or whoever you're applying. Hey, man, this guy's making 10,000 a month on Amazon. All right, cool. How much can we give him? Right, that's a bigger wealth strategy right there.
Facts.
And so, how do you balance work and family life?
Oh yeah, family life. You know, it's non-existent, but I try. You know, I kind of came to an agreement with my wife because my daughter plays travel softball. My son's, he's ready to apply at high-level schools, and I feel like, I told him Sundays I'll dedicate whatever you need on Sundays, but like Monday through Saturday, I got to do what I got to do. Like I got to, bring in clients, sales, run the Amazon stores, make sure everything's good on our end. So Sunday we can eat good. So my wife has been really supportive in that. It's been a rocky road because, she feels like, at the end of the day, an outside person looking in, it looks like I'm having a lot of fun. But I am, because I love what I do. But ultimately, this right here, this conference that we're going to go to right now, it's literally business. Yeah. We went to one like a month ago, and then 2 people reached out like, hey, man, I want to get into your program. So that's what people don't realize. The more you're seen, the better they want to connect with you. Hey, man, I want to get on that. I want to get chauffeured, or I want to get, pull up like that. Like, what's up? What's different? So yeah, you have to get out there more. There's only so much we can do from inside our place of work. We got to connect. We got to shake hands.
You said it looks like fun, huh? Everybody like, man, you ain't never home. You let your wife do all that work.
Yeah, man. But I love what I do, man. I wouldn't change it for the world. You can tell me, hey, I'll pay you $300,000 working for a company. Nah, man, I'd rather stay, 50,000, 100,000 working for myself.
Yeah.
All right.
More.
This next section is our rapid fire. So quick, 20-second answers, whatever comes to mind, just real quick.
Awesome.
What is your why? Why do you do what you do?
Ooh, good question. So my kids and my wife. I missed my son's birth because I was in Iraq. I came back. He was 3 months. I never understood credit. So I wanted to build that wealth for them. Most Latino households, when they pass away, they leave debt. I want to leave properties. I want to leave the skills that I've learned to, especially my son, my oldest, so he can pass it on to his sister, and they don't have to worry about, money aspects, but like how to create. My dad taught me sales. My dad taught me how to get out there. They're my biggest why.
Okay. Was there ever a time since the beginning of this that you thought that it wouldn't work?
Yeah, man. My house was almost foreclosed. My car got repossessed. I almost got divorced. A lot of times went through my head because I was spending, investing, and I wouldn't see like instant gratification. And I think that's what a lot of people, they look for. Hey, I spent $50,000. I want those back in a month, and it doesn't work that way. But yeah, man, a lot of times I wanted to be like, damn, dude, man, I should just go back and get a job. But I feel like the longer you do it, like all these e-com guys that do Amazon, I'm sure 90% of them are not here today because they gave up. And I'm still pushing because I'm still trying to find innovative ways to make this work on a higher level.
All right, what's the most important thing you learned in life so far?
Oh, just relationships. Relationships overall can take you to that next level. And so sometimes you got to pay for that relationship, but once you gain it, you give more value back, and then it's just it makes you realize what other things on the other end of what people are doing that you can do it too.
If you could turn back time and talk to your 18-year-old self, what would you tell yourself?
Invest sooner. The partying and stuff, don't do that. Just invest in yourself, buy properties, right? And, just overall get into the right circle. That's how I literally tell myself now. Because I barely woke up like 4 years ago. I barely woke up.
So if you could sit down and have a conversation with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Oh, it's got to be Jeff Bezos, man. I feel like, that's obviously that guy's built an empire. And, at the end of the day, what I want to get to is like, I'm the face of the brand, but I don't want to work on my business. I just want to work on the attention it gets and bringing people in, but not physically being there, right? That's the key to wealth. And I think, Jeff Bezos has done that. And I, just love to break bread with him.
If you could recommend one book, what would that book be?
The Rich Dad Poor Dad, right? With Robert Kiyosaki. I think that's just a regular popular one.
Mm-hmm.
But I just read the one about David Goggins.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't even think of the title. Can't Hurt Yourself. Can't Hurt Me. I feel like me being a military veteran, I get a lot of demons. If you're a military brother, you understand what we're going through. But pushing through that.
What is your best tip for making our communities better?
Oh yeah, so lead by example. I lead by example. I'm a family man at the end of the day, so I can't be posting certain things like other influencers do because they're single. But I preach my family ethics, and I want just other people to. If you rock with me, it's because of my values and what I stand for. I'm not perfect, right? We all have flaws, but that's how I kind of would lead by example.
How do you celebrate your wins?
You know what? I try to just spoil my team, like a nice dinner, where just more more folk at a chow or something like that. Just something bigger so everyone in my circle can see what the possibilities are. And I feel like loyalty is big for me. So if you rock with me since day one, I'm taking you up with me, no matter what.
Yep. Hey, so we're gonna start closing out right now. So how can the people find you if they want to get in your course? How can they reach out to you?
Okay, cool. So I have a blueprint. It's called 100K Ecom Blueprint, ECOMM, and then blueprint.co. And they can sign up for the free masterclass there. And then that's how they kind of can tap in with us.
All right, cool. So what's one thing you want to leave the people with before we get out of here?
Perfect. So my whole thing was my quote that I live by, stand by, is it all started with a mastermind. When COVID happened, everything shut down. And I was waiting for the next mastermind. So what I did was I created my own mastermind. I hired Josh Snow, the teeth whitening guy, to come as a speaker. I charged everyone $2,500 to come to the event, and we were able to create this mastermind. So I tell people it all started with the mastermind, because right now this might be a podcast to you, but to other people it might be a mastermind, right? Because we're all sharing ideas, we're asking good questions, connecting with each other, elevating our culture, right? So for me, is I tell everybody it all starts with a mastermind. Start getting in one, and then that'll just elevate your circle.
All right, you guys, this is We Got Problems, and we also have solutions, and we out.
From the team at CRC Empire, we want to thank you for listening. To stay connected with us, like, share, and subscribe to the We Got Problems podcast. You can find us on social media platforms at Curtis Martin 247, at Rhonda Wrights Official, and at the_trash_vegan_. We got problems and we got solutions.